Peace, everybody. Happy Sunday. So today is the last day of the 7-day oracle readings that I've been doing. So today will be the closeout of that, of this particular series. I'm just shuffling these cards, taking my time today. Kind of crazy out there. Tomorrow Mercury's going to retrograde, so we've already been in the shadows. Peace, everybody, signing in. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining in, tuning in on this Sunday. So yeah, it's crazy out there. I just want to tell everybody to be careful. I've been seeing a lot of accidents, hearing a lot of sirens, a lot of ambulance, a lot of police, a lot of fires. Lots of car accidents. So yeah, just be safe out there over these next 3.5 weeks. So like I said, today's the last day that I'll be doing the 7-day oracle readings for this series. Before I go back to taking a hiatus from social media, so I haven't been on my Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. I've been mainly doing these videos and then posting on my blog, bethevibe.com. So, and I definitely will be going into hibernation through the rest of the winter, especially for the winter solstice, which is on Wednesday. So hopefully, you know, for those of you who are in tune to some of these planetary shifts, hopefully you're preparing for the winter solstice. Someone asked me what my personal page is. My website is the letter B, the Vibe, BTHEVIBE.com. So that's where I'll be posting most of my stuff. I'm actually going to be blogging a little bit about what this winter solstice and some tips, some things that you can do to prepare and maximize the energy of the winter solstice. And then also my website's in my bio too, my Periscope bio. So you can check me out there. Yes. All right. Peace. So let's get into these readings. This one card is wanting to jump out. Okay. We got someone tuning in from Iowa. Greetings. Thanks for joining. All right, so the first card that is pulled that represents the collective consciousness that we're in right now is Judgment. So Judgment is interesting. You know, the affirmation for this one is I am master of soul consciousness. So it's very interesting because this has to do specifically with karma or karmic activity. So with Judgment, it's different in the tarot card from Justice, because Justice is more so just the deliverance of you know, Justice is the deliverance of the judgment, right? So the judgment in itself is just the final decree, and then the justice is the delivering out of that decree. So it's interesting because what's happening right now is that we are shifting into master of soul consciousness, which is our karmic responsibilities. So I would say with this, I'm really hoping, well, let me back up. Because this is a collective reading, what this means is the karmic debt or the karmic responsibility of our collective consciousness. So it makes sense because a lot of the shifts that have been occurring, you know, we've had a lot of very dynamic occurrences going on, you know, a lot of racial tension, you know, you have the situation in Standing Rock, you know, a lot of tug of wars between our masculine and feminine. So there's a certain level of karma that is being called to you know, we're being called to the carpet as a collective right now. And so this is the energy that we're all in. Now, how it plays out individually is whatever energy that you've been working with over this past year, you're atoning for that karma. So hopefully you've been putting out good energy. If you have, you know, you'll be receiving really wonderful karma. If your energy hasn't been so positive, then you'll be reaping that. So that's just what we're at. you know. So it's interesting because when I did my personal reading for myself this morning, what was pulled was the towers. The towers represent destruction, and basically a leveling out in order to rebuild. So expect your karmic atonement to come in a very dynamic way. You know, a sudden shift, a sudden change. It's basically almost going to knock you off your feet, force you to look at yourself, and then in a sense that where you can move forward in a new energy, in a new perspective, and do things different. So that's what we're in right now. Okay. All right, very interesting. So the next card that was pulled is the Hermit. The Hermit, the affirmation for this one is, I am Master Wisdom. However, this card is reversed. So the Hermit represents introspection, going within, literally, you know, being a hermit, you know, going off into the wilderness, you know, for an extended time of solitude for self-reflection. In typical decks, it's a, you know, a monk or someone in a robe that is, you know, holding a lantern up, and that lantern represents, you know, the lantern of wisdom or inner knowledge. So it's interesting that this card would be reversed. So what that means is that, you know, now we're moving into a period where we need to hibernate, and there may be some of us that are resisting this. So this is not the time to resist that period of hibernation and reflection. It's very necessary because this is the time that you're going to gain that inner wisdom that you need in order to move yourself forward into 2017. This is also important because if you're dealing with any type of karmic situations, you're going to need that wisdom. You're going to need that reflection time in order to fully process and integrate the lessons that you are learning from whatever karma that you're reaping. So this is really, really important time to just kind of, you know, have your solitude and just really, 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 really reflect. Okay. All right. So this is interesting. This is a card that this next card is the Seven of Cups. This is the second or third time this week that this card has been pulled or has shown up. The Seven, you know, Cups. Seven represents personal power, personal magic, and the Cups represents emotions. More so just kind of your heart energy, emotions that are tied to your friends, family, and loved ones. So the particular affirmation for this card is, I am sorrow. So it's interesting too that this card would be opposite the Hermit, because, which is, again, like I've said, it's reversed, the Hermit. What this means is that if you do not take the time to self-reflect and go within and cultivate your solitude, you're not, what's the word? You moving forward, you'll be moving forward in a space that lacks wisdom, which will basically cause you a lot of hardship, emotional hardship moving forward. So basically what this is saying is that you're presented with the opportunity to go within and self-reflect, and if you don't use that opportunity, it's moving forward, it's not going to go well for you, or for us as our collective consciousness. All right. Interesting. So we have a lot of major arcana cards. So anytime we have any major arcana cards, these represent planetary shifts, things that are going on in our universe that we don't necessarily have that much control over, but that we just kind of have to wait out. So this is the third card in this reading, which is only a 5-card reading, and this is the third card out of 5 cards where we have a major arcana card. With this card is, it's the Lovers. It's unity. I am master relationship. So it's interesting because this card is directly above judgment. So what this is telling me is that what we really need, any karmic atonement that we need to pay attention to will be directly tied to our relationships with others, and specifically how we treat others, how we relate to those around us. So today may be a situation, or during the Mercury retrograde, which is occurring tomorrow, you may have situations where you have lovers upset with you, or past lovers coming out, you know, they may have been angry with you. You know, you may be upsetting, you know, your friends and family, if your energy towards them has not been positive. Now, if your energy has been positive, what will happen is that you will be reaping the rewards of the energy that you put out towards others. You know, so maybe people come to you with gifts, or, you know, unexpected surprises, or, you know, someone may be coming and wanting to support a project, or your boss may want to give you a you know, promotion just because you cultivated positive relationships with that person. So really what this means is that we are really needing to focus on our collective energy that we cultivate with those around us and those in our community. So what we're doing is, as we go within to observe ourselves and self-reflect, what we're asking ourselves is, how have we been treating others? How have we been treating our loved ones, those around us? Okay? Okay. And then the next card, the last card, again, this is the third time that in this 7-day reading that this card has shown up. This is the Ace of Cups. So we're moving into water energy right now, which makes sense because, you know, from what I understand, from what I've been told by my shaman brother, still, he's the astrologer, is that Mercury is moving into, no, Mars, I think he said, is moving into Pisces. And so what's happening is that we are experiencing a lot more water energy, which is, you know, tying more to our emotions. So again, this is the third time this week that this card has been pulled up, which is the Ace of Cups. And the affirmation is, I am love and forgiveness. So it's interesting because this card is directly below the Lovers and Judgment, which means is that love and forgiveness is the energy that we need to be using over these, pretty much the rest of the year. Definitely during this Mercury retrograde, but going into, you know, 2017. We need to use love and forgiveness as the foundational emotions for what we build in 2017. This will create harmony and balance within ourselves and our community, and then what we want to cultivate moving forward over the next 9 to 10 years. So this is another reason why the Hermit is such an important player in this reading, is because you really need to go within in order to cultivate this energy. You know, it's important to meditate in order to cultivate this love and forgiveness energy. Or if you are finding yourself having a hard time cultivating this energy, you need to kind of self-reflect in order to figure out why. So what this is telling me is that we really need to eliminate any type of negative energy, specifically today, but going into the rest of the year, and then going into 2017. All right, so that's pretty much it. Basically, the message is to sit down, self-reflect, deal with any karmic repercussions or karmic atonements, whether they're positive or negative. You know, if you're having any negative karmic situations occur, just ask yourself what is the lesson. Don't resist it. Take responsibility for it. If you find yourself receiving, you know, positive karmic atonements, then receive them. Make yourself open. You know, again, if you do not take this time, if you do not take this time to self-reflect, there will be a lot of, you know, basically won't go well for you. So you really need to take this time to slow down, reflect on your relationships with others, really cultivate positive relationships with others. And then with everything that you do moving forward, do it in a space of love and forgiveness. Okay, so thank you all for tuning in. I think Sundays are good days because I have a lot of people checking in this live stream today. So thank you all. Again, my website is bethevibe.com. Today's the last day of the 7-day readings. Again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me outside of this platform. I can be emailed. I have a contact form on my website. I do personal readings if you feel like you need them. You know, I'm able to do them over the phone or via chat. You know, any type of video chat, platform, or if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I'm located, I'm able to do them in person as well. My shaman brother has a blog up today, shamanhands.com, you know, and he's going to be talking about the planetary weather. Okay, so for people, okay, so I'll address that question. Someone just asked about my donate and PayPal and stuff. So I'll address your question. Thank you. My shaman brother, he is, check out his website. It's shamanhands.com. I know you've noticed a lot of weather changes that are occurring, kind of drastic, early storms, and for those of you up north, a lot of extreme snowstorms that may be happening earlier this year. This is something that me and him have talked about. You know, like a while ago, we've pretty much predicted these weather changes, but there's some planetary reasons why this is occurring. So in his blog, he'll be talking about that if you're curious about that, as well as some more upcoming planetary weather things that you may be interested in learning about. We have our broadcast that we were doing. Yes, I answer your question. Yes. We have a broadcast that's coming up in January 12th. Our registration's open for that. So if you're interested in that, it is Surviving the Shift. We're basically talking about what is to come, especially for the year 2017, as well as some practical tools that we'll be giving you in order to deal with and be prepared for what's happening. So you can check out that on his website, shamanhands.com. Yes, so I was asked about my readings. On my website, if you're interested in the readings, if you go to my services, there's a full list of all the readings that I do, as well as a booking option where you can book online for the readings. Everything that I do, you know, I know the question was about PayPal. Yes, I do accept PayPal. I do accept PayPal, and I do accept Square. That was the question. So if you have specific questions about that, therapeuticvibrations@gmail.com, or if you need to contact me directly, my business line is also on my website. So hopefully that answered your question. In the meantime, that's pretty much it. If you guys, okay, we'll do one card. Okay, all right. So Magic Babe, to email me, therapeuticvibrations@gmail.com, and we'll talk about that. Okay, I got you. All right. That's it. And check out the website, check out shamanhands.com. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Take this time to reflect. Mercury's going retrograde tomorrow, and it's gonna be a big one. All right. So be safe out there and enjoy your Sunday. Peace.